clearly this is an issue that has to be addressed because it's younger and younger children that are being exposed to ideologies that maybe they were not used to being exposed to at that early age. So I think it is important that schools do tackle it because that they are, apart from parents, the primary educators of the children.
You know, students spend, as Zehra said, they only spend 20% of their time at school, so I think majority of the work has to happen outside of school. But still, I think the biggest point to take away from today was the religious studies point, that we need more of it, and there needs to be more of an emphasis on it. In such a multicultural society, you need to accept so many different religions and need to be taught about them and how they integrate.
I think the main thing we should look at is, I think, it's from the home and from the mosques themselves, because we're looking at Islam mainly here. I don't think it's the school's full responsibility. We can't be so naive to think that just schools should be the ones to make the difference. And I think I've been brought up in an Islamic faith. I go to Saturday school. I've been studying Islamic studies, and I've never once come across any sort of extremism. So I don't know how schools are going to tackle the problem, because me being inside the religion, I can't find the problem myself. So I don't know how schools would look to tackle the problem.
Ever since I've been in politics, people in schools have said you can't rely on schools to solve the problems. Don't put more on us. Why does that happen? It happens because schools are the place, there is no other place, which everybody goes through their life. And so pressures are always going to be on schools. The question is, how do you support them? How do you support the schools themselves? How do you support the teachers?
Some of our most vulnerable young people will come to the attention of teachers first. Teachers know their students, they know if they're being solemn, if there's a mood change, and they're the right people to identify if there's any cause for concern and to report that on to the appropriate safeguarding officers.
I thought it was a very good debate. I think the range of views from the panel were really helpful. I found a lot of the insights both practically insightful, but also really kind of abstract and critical in their thinking around such an area.
Children are on a journey, not just educationally, but socially, and I think it's very important that the schools play a part, because as a parent myself, I would welcome the schools playing an active part in involving education around radicalisation, because we're not all experts in that field, and some of the schools offer better expertise, so I think it's very important.
And so I think opening up the discussion of religion as a whole will then open up the discussion of what is radical and what is not.
We have to start somewhere, I guess, and maybe this is the stepping stone. We don't know what might happen in the next 5-10 years, but yeah, it's a good start, I think.
I thought the panel was very good this evening, but also I thought the audience was very good this evening. They were an extremely broad group of people from completely different backgrounds and cultural stances. I thought it was just an excellent discussion.